Today I'm going to show you how to use the Desmos app in any form of algebraic function, basically linear functions and quadratic functions. For now, there are so many functions that it can be used of, but for now we have to limit ourselves to linear functions and quadratic functions. Number one, this is the default page when you open the app. It's divided into three sections. The first upper section is the graph. The middle is where you input the functions using the features below. So below we have all the features that you need to input the functions in the window in the middle section. Now let's begin. In the first place, let's graph y equals x without any intercept. Here we go. You see here, we have a linear function. This is a positive function. I just click on the x function and this is what you see. Okay, it's a straight line that passes through the origin because there is no intercept. So here I'm going to add two intercepts, +3 and -3, and let's see how the graph is going to behave. You see the graph has shifted up and it now passes and intercepts the y-axis at +3. And also passes through the y-axis at -3. I'm going to show you the ordered pairs now. You can now see the ordered pairs. On the y-axis we have 0 as the x value and +3 as the y value. On the x-axis we have -3 as the x value and 0 as the y value. Now I'm going to graph another one, but now I'm going to use another window and graph the one with a negative intercept. So let's look at it. You see the second graph in a blue line? That is y is equals to x minus 3. The negative number -3 is the y-intercept. So you can see that the graph is intercepting the y-axis at -3. You see? Okay, this is the two basic functions for linear equation where we have two intercepts, y being negative and y being positive. Okay, now we are going to graph a quadratic function in the same graph. So let's go ahead. On the graph you can see a green parabola. That is the quadratic function. Here I have to click on the x function and then click on the a to the second power function. So this is the parabolic function. The parabola opens up. However, another name for the parabola function is quadratic function. I'm going to get 2y intercept, but here it passes through 0, so the intercept is 0. No, there's no intercept because this parabola has its vertex at 0. The vertex is the tip of the curvature of the parabola. So now let me do two intercepts. I'm still going to use 4 this time. Okay, here you can see a pink graph at the extreme top. I'm going to expand the graph now. Okay, you can see the graph now. You can see the pink parabolic function now. You see the ordered pair 0 and 4. The x value is 0, the y value is 4. This means that this function intercepts the y value at +4. At the same time, that is the vertex of this parabola. That is the lowest tip of the parabola from where it curves up. So I'm going to graph one more parabolic functions using a negative value. So I'm going to shrink it. Okay, you can see another purple graph, parabolic function or quadratic function. You will see the ordered pairs at 0 and -4. So here the x value is 0 and the y value is what? -4. This is another parabolic function. You know, it looks so beautiful. So the good thing about this very Desmos function is that you can plot as many functions as possible on the same graph, and that makes this very graph very, very unique. Now I'm going to expand it and you see how it's gonna work. You see the expansion now. So here we have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 parabolic functions and 2 linear functions, all in the same graph. So that is why I love Desmos app. It's so good, so useful, and I encourage students, especially in middle school and high school, to make use of this. There are so many functions that can be used, but basically I'm limiting myself to linear functions and quadratic functions. Next, I'll go into other functions. That is it. So thanks for watching, and please, you may subscribe to this my channel. Thank you, and bye bye. Give me a thumbs up.